North Cyprus Medical Center. That's a great place where people can go and get medical help and things of such natures. But that's not what this video is about. Well, kinda. Mainly, as soon as I put my shutter speed down, this is the story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world. But no, this is a story of how I used to work there. Oh, nice. There's a cop right there. But yeah, this is the story. I used to work there at that hospital. I was doing stocking for the 6 floors. Is it 6 floors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like 6 to me. But yeah, I was a stocker. So every day you have to make sure that you replenish the supplies in the stock rooms on each floor so that the nurses have enough supplies to do their jobs. So I would do that. And also, we would get packages, people would get packages to the hospital, and it was my job to go to the different departments throughout the hospital, oncology, ER, all that stuff, and I would deliver those packages, FedEx, UPS, DHL, whatever, to people. That light looks bright. So yeah, I was the guy, and the way that I got fired, I would go into work right over there in that building right over there. We would park. I don't know if the parking lot is still back there, but the parking lot is back there on the days when I would drive to work. And because I've never owned a car in my life, so, some days I'd be able to drive to work. Some days, most days I would just take Uber. That was a fun time in my life because I pretty much took the Uber everywhere. I even took the Uber to go to my freaking weed dealer's house, which that was fun. I had to take some days. This is just fun. It's my life, so it's cool. But on days where I would have to re-up, I would literally get the Uber from here, from the hospital, and I would go to his house. I would buy my weed because that's what I do. I don't do heroin or coke or any of that stuff. Never have, don't ever plan on doing it. Unless maybe I go to like a different country and, it's a part of their, natural cuisine and lifestyle or whatever, and they don't do it in a weird, sketchy, way, but in a natural, in tune with nature kind of way. I don't mind doing drugs. It's just, it's just not ever really been my thing. The only thing I've been into is the marijuanas, the cannabis, and I've done psychedelics. So there's that. The way I got fired from this place is one day I took the Uber home. I fucked around and left my phone in the Uber. So the next day I didn't have a phone to get an Uber with. And then, everyone else is going to work and gone to school and stuff. So I'm kind of at the house by myself without a phone. So I can't call anyone. You feel what I'm saying? I can't call anyone to get a ride. Can't order an Uber because I don't have a freaking phone with my card on there. And so yeah, I didn't go into work that day. I was chilling. I had weed, so I'm good. I'm fucking smoking, playing video games, whatever I was doing. And then the next day, I managed to get a ride to work. But yeah, I was informed by the boss lady that I was fired. Yeah, so there's that. Not the most interesting story, but it's my life. But that's okay because, who gives a shit, right? At the time, yeah, it'd be nice to have, been able to keep my job. But it's not that bad because shortly after, I ended up moving anyway. So it's like, that's the way that life works. When one door closes, one opportunity leaves, and it might seem like you're missing out on something. There's always something right around the corner. Yeah, you might have to wait a couple weeks for it to, you know, show itself, or maybe, you know, a couple months, but there's always something else out there. And I'm not even going to say there's always something better out there, but there's always something else that may be better, or it might be, you know, somewhat the same, but, you know, it might be a more enjoyable experience or something that's more in tune with what you're into, which this makes it better. But yeah, shortly after that, when was that? It was either like early February or end of January when I got fired. And then I ended up moving in mid-March, I think, like late March. So, you know, I ended up getting another job though. I ended up working at Cracker Barrel, and I was a dishwasher, but that job was only on the weekends. So, but I mean, I made enough money. I made enough money to do things that that goes into another story of when I went to San Antonio for a couple of days. Took the megabus to get there. For those of y'all who don't live in Texas, then you probably don't know what a megabus is. But yeah, took the megabus to get there. Was in Austin, hung out with a friend, and that was fun. And yeah. And then I went to Florida, and I was chilling with my boy. And yeah, man, that just, so many stories. I've got so many stories, and one of these days I'm gonna make videos about all the different things that I've done in my life, because I've lived, you know. I have not taken the traditional path that the Matrix wants us all to take. And, you know, sure, have I missed out on some things? Maybe, you know, a little bit of money here, some material items there. But, you know, I was able to go out and experience life. A lot of people still have not experienced life, because you know why? They're stuck at their meaningless 9-to-5 job. You know, most jobs out there are meaningless. All these doctors, their jobs, I'm not gonna say their jobs are meaningless, but you know, and definitely doctors help a lot of people, but they also hurt, you know, just about as many people, if not more. And they can't even keep themselves alive with the knowledge that they have. I think the average age of a doctor is like 55, or like the average death age of a doctor is 55. And when they die, they're typically on a bunch of pills and stuff like that. It's like, yo, they can't even keep themselves alive. So, you know, I'm just saying. And then they want to get on us, who we're like, hey, eat some fruits and some vegetables, you know, drink some freaking alkaline water that's in the fruits, and you'll be just fine. Simple, right? Hey, go out and get some sunlight. Go walking, right? Go breathe the fresh air that's outside. You know, simple stuff. Oh, you're crazy. Grounding? That's quackery. Well, it's proven scientific quackery. So I was watching a grounding video earlier, actually. That's kind of why I brought that up. But I definitely have been doing my very best to, you know, ground as much as possible. That way you keep that freaking connection with the earth and regulate your system. And it's just a ton of benefits to grounding, a ton of benefits to breath work, which I did probably like half hour ago. Yeah, I'm out here, you know, doing a little bit of urban hiking, urban trekking. And yeah, I freaking will stop at one of these buildings for 10 or so minutes and do some freaking breath work. Probably the Wim Hof video. But anyway, I didn't want this video to be too long, and I make long videos for the most part. So that's all for now. Comment, like, and subscribe. I'm gonna have more stories coming to you in the future. So definitely, yeah, stay tuned for that to hear about my my life, man. My life be like, ooh, ah, ooh, my life be like.